Hi guys, today I have a game for you in my Tier 9 Russian cruiser, the Dmitri Donskoi. I still cannot figure out for the life of me which one is the light and which is the heavy line. And I know it's done by gun size, I just forget. Because I just don't have fun in the Riga at this point. Now, of course I'm all tabbed out at the start of the game. But with me spawning at the seaside, I am going to go to the island at G8. Usually where you'll see a Des Moines, an American cruiser lofting shells over, a Moskva, Stalingrad, somebody going and bow in here. And I'm going to go bow in at this island. I'm going to play it like it's a Moskva, even though that is really not the best way to play your Donskoi. This is a really good ship. It is an excellent long-range support. But I want to get to that island to offer radar coverage. I have a Moskva to the left of me here. Now, I think in a more aggressive approach to this island than I really should have. But, I mean, you can see I'm slowing down to try to get in position as I have a sniffle. Now, I just want to slowly creep up because, you know, things are shooting the Moskva. I don't have the great bow that the Moskva does have. I do enjoy playing this ship. Pop my radar because something's on cap and I can actually, you know, radar it and do something about it. What this does is it gives the team information. You don't necessarily always have to be the one to shoot at it. Now, what I would have liked to done is actually reverse, gotten a little bit closer to the island, but like I said, I popped my radar, you know, a little bit early just because of the something on ship, and there's nothing there to contest it. The only way these guys are being contested is quite simply because we radared them. I radared them, the Moskva radar. Now I got a little too, let's see, ballsy per se, because I did have shots come in from the left-hand side of me, which means my broadside was exposed to those AP shells. Aimed a little bit low on the Fletcher there. I failed to see that he was actually turning, but I did catch that he was going to beach as I nailed the island in front of me. And as you can see, I have a lot of angry ships just slinging HE at me, which is not the best for the ship. I do have the island to protect me from any torpedoes, and I reverse into the island. Too much turning. As luckily, none of them make it through the gap, and it's pretty much at that part when I get a little flustered with myself. Thinking, in all honesty, I'm thinking, Jesus fucking Christ, I'm an idiot. The other thing I'm thinking is there's an awful lot of ships here at sea. We don't have DD support. Our 3 DDs are playing A and B. A doesn't have a lot of ships. So what I want to do is actually get distance. The Moskva's in a better spot to radar than I am. Than I was. Might as well take shots and on the Repub and this Tallman, this Tier 8 Russian cruiser. He's doing the same thing I was doing, just he was doing at a greater distance. You know, it's usually not the best idea to play these Russian ships, bow in until you get to Tier 10. Tier 10 seems to be the turning point for these to really go bow in. And the rest of the line is you really go out and you use your range, and I use this term very loosely, your mobility, i.e. your turning, speed dodging. You use that to keep yourself alive. Now, I'm not sure how the Fletcher got spotted. Could have been through our Moskva, which, I believe is. We are now losing the B cap. I've done a total of, not bragging, 3,000 damage. Don't want to be ashamed. Should always be proud of your damage. But this is what I would consider the start of the mid game. This is like the ending of the start of the game, and we are now getting towards the mid game. A couple ships have been lost, damage has been taken. I want to get resets on the Donskoi. I wanted to get resets on the cruiser, and that's who I am targeting. If we can get resets on these guys, that means these guys are going to have to stay on that cap a little bit longer. I am also going to go relocate my butt behind ships. I don't want to be in front anymore. I really don't want to be taking any more damage. As you can see, what happens to, a ship when you get focused down? And a lot of radar ships get focused down by smart players and smart teams.
We've destroyed an enemy cruiser.
Finally get my first kill at 3,000 dam, with, just the last 3,000, but I was actively shooting at the guy. And it's pretty much, what, I'm going to shoot at it till it's dead. I was actively shooting at it. While I may not have been getting the big damage, I was still shooting, doing damage to him. And that is why I say you always shoot at a target that, like, a teammate is, because that's less damage you have to do. That last 3,000 damage, if somebody else would have shot at it, that guy would have died a little bit sooner. I see a battleship not burning. I want to get this guy down. I am trying to focus low health targets. Why? I don't want to kill steal. I want to secure those kills. I want to get ships off the board because I don't believe we're going to be able to hold the sea flank. So if I can start getting ships that are low health on the A side, on B, if we can start getting low health ships off this board, it's going to force people to shoot at something else. You can hit your F3 key till your face turns blue, but if somebody wants to shoot at something and they're determined to, doesn't matter how much you smash that F3 key or how much they need to kill that destroyer that's coming up to them, and it's going to twerp their ass. If they're tunnel vision, they're tunnel vision. If you kill what they're tunnel vision, now you're forcing them to do something else. The other thing, this ship gets a lot of hate for being a bad ship, and I actually enjoy this ship. I enjoy this ship way more than I do the Riga. I actually enjoy this more than I do the Moskva, just because you do have to play the ship more as, because you have to play it more open water. Which is why I do enjoy Hindenburg. They are open water ships. While I will play Island Humpers, it is boring gameplay. It is gameplay that works, and you know what? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So if it works, you do what works until you need to do something else. This poor guy beached. Now he's reversing. It's easier to hit him. I'm sorry for the sniffle, but once again, killed another low health target ship. I'm trying to get things off the board. This game is still not in the bag. Now the Lexington, for whatever reason, decided to push really, really close. And what I mean by this game could go either way is we now lost all our destroyers. I popped my radar to find out what's on cap to see if maybe the battleship can do something. Now there is the Petra, and I believe that is the tier 10 for this line, actually. I believe. We'll double check. It's definitely tier 10. I mean, I still, for so long it's been Donskoi Moskva. You know, Stalingrad was a premium, but you know, now it's the Petra, and I have to learn this stuff. I really don't play the ship that does end this because I got my 1 win and I want to keep my 100% win rate. Now, I'm going to take some unnecessary damage as I'm bragging about my 100% win rate. I believe it is. In whatever ship it is. I hit 3 torpedoes, but I wanted to get damage on the Goliath, and you know, hindsight's always 20/20. But oh look, I have AP loaded for a broadside target. We need to kill ships. You know, I'm just ignoring the carrier taking damage because I'd rather angle up against these ships because, you know, those torps won't hurt as much, to whereas if the Goliath had AP loaded, he could actually just screw me over. Like, he could have done some serious damage to me. The Petro hits his radar button. There's the Lexington, and, you know, what I'm actually thinking right now is we don't have any destroyers. They have a Lexington. We need an advantage in this game. We need a big advantage in a big way. We lost 2 caps. This is kind of why I don't like going per se on this map. But you can go to A and, you know, win a game. We're going to show you, obviously. But, I mean, look at what the enemy did. They have brought this back. We're only winning on points because we had caps so much longer. I hit my radar because I want to know what this Lexington is doing. I want to know if I should be loading the HE or if I should keep the AP loaded. Correct ammo choice on the target. I'm going to wait till I see his broadside really to unload on this guy. That was enough of an angle, you know, for me to get some damage on this guy. These guns reload fairly quick. I mean, look at it. 4 Citadels. AA defense expert on 4 Citadels. Yay. Now, I should have actually put some distance between me and this Lexington. I should have named up on this. But he is 2 kilometers. Once again, I'm taking unnecessary damage. Sorry for those big flashes, but you know what? You gotta know what you're shooting at, and you know, zoom in, you know, just to make sure you're correct. And you know, I'm just citadeling the living ever crap out of this poor guy, who had to have known I was coming, but still didn't take any evasive actions.
Enemy aircraft carrier blown up.
Just completely erased the carrier from the game. We have an advantage in we have a carrier. It may be a area carrier, but it's still a carrier at the end of the day. Now, what I'm thinking is, Yami Kurfürst ram. Okay, Kurfürst's off the board. We lose a battleship, they lose a battleship. Not the worst idea in the world. Of course, that doesn't happen.
Anti-aircraft gun crews are on normal alert.
Yeah, your model's in a bad spot because its turrets just don't turn fast enough. So Kurfürst, luckily, put himself in a really awkward, bad position to where the Kurfürst can't use his speed mobility to do much, and is taking so much unnecessary damage from the Yamato. As you know, last we saw, you know, both those battleships were over 3/4. Now Yamato's dead. Kurfürst is extremely low. You know, the Petro is coming around the top, and what I'm thinking is I need to get to C. He's closer to B. I'm also lower health. Most of the enemy is at B. Sorry for that. I need to use range to my advantage. Now, I see the DD, and I'm like, okay, maybe I can get shots in on the Kurfürst. Nope, we got to deal with this French destroyer. Luckily, I get 5 hits. He disappears. The Kurfürst doesn't have his guns looking, but I immediately turn out. Why do I turn out? Because if he turns his guns, I'm screwed. The other thing is, there's a Goliath. As the Kurfürst beaches yet again. And look, the Kurfürst is turning his guns. The Petro is doing the same thing. We have some time to get to these caps, but more importantly, we need the kills. Now, unfortunately, the carrier is going to have to kill the Fletcher as I get a Kraken killing low health targets. Yes, I'm sitting at 134k damage, but let's face facts. Most of my damage came from really a Goliath and a carrier. While I was getting other damages, that's where most of my damage actually came from as the Puerto Rico finishes off the Nevsky with his secondaries. Somebody points out the obvious. We need caps or we're going to lose. The carrier has to kill the Fletcher. More importantly, he actually needs to get resets. Luckily, he gets both, the kill and the resets. What I'm thinking is, Atago needs to win. Atago needs to win. The Petro's making the right call. He's going to B. I'm going to C. He's closer to B. We need that cap faster than we do need C, but we need C. I'm thinking, where is this Goliath? As the Goliath is now kiting away. Okay, so I don't have to worry about the Goliath really resetting me, and I'm going to try to use island cover to get cheeky shots in on this guy. Once again, we kind of needed the carrier to get those resets, but you know, you can only go through the plane so fast and set up the bombing runs. Now, luckily for us, the DD is over at A. The carrier is actively going after him because, well, the CV doesn't want to die. More importantly, we have the Petro over there. So, between the carrier and the Petro, that poor cruiser is going to die as the Goliath decided to come back. Now, I didn't see that I was going to hit island. You know, took some shots. And once again, we just got to get low health targets off the board. You know, the enemy did one hell of a good job coming back from this. I would like to finish off what I started on this Goliath, but, you know, I mean, I did.
Enemy cruiser destroyed.
Getting that kill gives us more time to actually get these caps as our carrier goes down. That's why those French ships are so deadly. You know, that reload boost for that AP, that will chew you up. Now, what I need to do is link up with the Petro. I want to get as close to as possible with the Petro so we can both kind of sync our radars. Now, I'm sitting at 6 kills. Might as well want 7. I'm thinking, you know, I don't know what this Law Fantastic is going to do. But what I should have done was what I'm actually going to do. We're going to win anyways. There's no reason to take unnecessary risk. I let the team know I have 1 radar. Let this guy come to me because worst case scenario, something blows up the Atago, the Petro dies, I die, they win. I highly doubt the Atago is going to win, but I thought this guy was going to come over here. And people are like, oh, let him get it. You know, this might go on YouTube. It was going up on YouTube anyways. There is no need to go out and win harder. This guy has to come to us. I'm going to let this guy come to us. I'm going to pop my radar. I want to see what he's doing. He doesn't want to die. This guy's dragging this game on for whatever reason. But we now know where he is. We now know what he's doing. He's just going to hide behind the island because he doesn't want to die. Whatever. Fine. I'll come out this way. We win in 10 seconds and this game is over. I see torp indicator and I'm thinking, what the fuck is torping? As the clock is ticking down, and now we are going to check out the post-battle results because of the timer. Yay. Now, I do hope you guys enjoyed this replay. I do hope you take something away from this. This ship does not play the same as the Moskva. Once you get to the... Well, Jesus, it's not even a Moskva anymore. I can't even remember what the next one is anymore. Is it the Petro? But what I'm trying to say is, this ship does play a little bit differently. You can't do the bow in. You need to open water in the Donskoi. This is something you needed to learn in the Chappie. It gets transferred over to the Donskoi. This is a good ship. It's not the ship. It's the player. This thing has an awful lot of strengths to make it work. You don't always have to be in range with the radar. You don't always have to be the one shooting with the radar. Just the threat of your radar is enough to scare enough people away. We held off CCAP for what? A good 2 minutes, per se, between a Moskva and myself with just radar? Really? Yes, we were shooting them, but the radar kept the DDs off cap while our DDs were getting other caps. I do appreciate all the support you guys do give me. I have been streaming a little bit more on Twitch and on YouTube. I'm going to continue going to both channels just to give you guys a option on what where you prefer to watch. But remember, if you do watch on Twitch, you can get Twitch drops. I don't care if you lurk. Lurking is awesome in my opinion. You do the same thing on YouTube. I kind of wish there was an incentive on YouTube, like, with the Twitch drops, but there isn't. Please remember to compliment good teamwork, good team play. We are quick to report, slow to compliment. Please hit that like and subscribe button, and have yourselves one heck of a good night.